I came across something that Naturally High, Classically Kept, Indigenous Strands, and Patrice, Marjorie all do with their hair. And this is one of their key practices that has resulted in them having exceptionally long hair. And I have to say it like this because their hair is really, really long, right? This isn't something that every woman growing their hair long does. So it may work for you or it may not work for you. But what I love is that they all have different hair types and it still works for them. So let's see what it is that they do. Why are they doing it? How do they do it? And if this is something that you might want to try. I'm Celestine and I'm on a journey of growing my hair from shaved to tailbone length in 7 years. I'm over about 6 years and 4 months into the journey now, and I'm still kind of teetering between kind of mid back length and waist length. So I don't think I'll be getting to tailbone length by year 7, unfortunately, but we're just going to keep it moving. I'm here sharing everything that I'm learning along the way and everything that I'm doing with my hair. So subscribe using the button down below to get all this good value. And then don't forget to click the all button so that you'll be notified when I go live as well. When I started growing my hair, I first discovered Naturally High. That was the first person I discovered. Asha, her name is. And then I found the OG Indigenous Strands. And I realized that they both did a slightly similar thing. Then years later, I came across Classically Kept and Patrice Marjorie. I hope I'm saying her name right. And again, you notice the same exact principle. What all four of these women have in common is that they keep the same partings for weeks, months, and sometimes even years. And they do this instead of creating brand new partings every single wash day.
I never lose my sections. I work with the same sections all the time.
So we tend to refer to this method as retaining permanent parts. Now, just to clarify, the parts are not permanent, meaning they can never be changed. It's just the terminology. And those partings can, of course, be changed whenever you want to change them. But it really is the fact that you are keeping your hair in those partings for quite a long time or longer than usual. Okay, so why do they do this? Well, when you keep parting your hair every wash day, that means that you are separating the hairs again, you are pulling strands apart, you are detangling areas that you might have detangled already, you're spending more time handling your hair. Now, parting isn't necessarily a problem, but it can become a problem when you start repeating this over and over again and you're doing it for years. And looking back at my journey, I definitely recognize that this is something that I was doing quite often. I was styling my hair every day, and realistically, every day I was probably changing those parts. And as I said, that does mean that I was pulling strands apart and separating my hair and potentially causing breakage. Okay, so we've discovered that they have retained permanent parts, and we've discovered the reason why they're doing this, which is really to reduce manipulation of their hair and therefore reduce breakage. So now let's talk about how do they do it. Really, to summarize this, the key is that they wash, moisturize, and style their hair in these same sections.
I work with the same sections all the time. So with my hair in twists, this looks like taking the twists out and then retwisting the exact same sections. And even with loose hair, it looks like keeping the roots plaited to retain the partings.
So whether you're going from twists to a twist out, or from a twist out to a loose messy bun, or to two cane rolls down the side of your head, whatever style you do, you keep those sections. So for example, if you are going to go from twist to a twist out, then you would undo the section, but you might potentially keep your hair anchored at the root with a plait or keeping it anchored with a twist. Now, when you want to return to your twists or braids, you ensure that you twist it or braid it back, like right back into that section that it came from. And then you would just repeat that over your whole head. What happens is over time, those sections become easier to find because your hair is naturally going to start like remembering them in a sense.
So I will have these same parts for 5 months when I come back.
One thing I will say is that The goal isn't really to have perfectly straight partings. You might start with them perfectly straight, but over time, they are going to get a bit messy. Realistically, the goal is just to reduce unnecessary handling of your hair. Okay, so how do these ladies do it? Well, Naturally High, she washes her hair in loose twists in these sections. Classically Kept, she washes in loose twists as well, but she does loose those twists out and she'll loose them while she is shampooing.
Section 3, Section 2, Section 1. Same parts from beginning to end. 1, 2, 3.
The way that Indigenous Strands does this is that how she used to do it is she washed her hair solely in the same twists that she styles with. Okay, so whatever size those twists are, she will wash her hair in those same twists, and then as she comes to moisturize her hair, she will just undo one twist one at a time and redo it.
So this section just came out of a twist. It's getting detangled and it's going to get twisted right back. I think one of the reasons why I retain so much length is that I never allow my hair to fully merge together. All my parts are the same. All the hair in the twist are all the same. I never really do hairstyles where, all my hair is in one concentrated area, especially with coily hair. You kind of want to separate your strands because they love to marry each other.
Now, Patrice, from what I understand, recently she washes her hair outside of the shower, but she also keeps her hair in those sections while she's washing it.
I've had the same parts in my hair for the past couple weeks, which has saved me so much time on wash day. Permanent parts these are not parts that you can never move. These are parts that are intended to stay in your hair for a while, so that when it comes to wash day and when it comes to days that you're detangling, you don't have to section your hair. So if you do a blowout or stretch your hair somehow, then I highly recommend putting in some permanent parts.
Now, can this technique work for everyone? I personally think if you're someone that needs your partings to be perfectly neat all the time, then this isn't going to work for you. So just skip to the next video. And I think if you also have to absolutely wash your hair, all of your hair loose, then again, this may not work for you unless, like I said, you're going to anchor the section with a plait or a twist at the root. Then potentially you can still wash your hair loose, but of course the root section, or around your scalp section, will have a little plait or a little twist. So you got to think about whether that's going to work for you. If your hair tangles really easily, then retaining those sections can actually make detangling much easier because the hair is going to stay grouped together. My hair is that kind of hair that tangles very, very easily. And so it's just much easier for me to work in smaller sections. So that section might be the size of one twist. If I work in that kind of section, then I'm going to cause less breakage because it's such a small section. It's much easier to work with. And if you want the versatility of twists, twist outs, buns, updo styles, all of that, and maybe you want to be able to go back and forth throughout these styles without using too much manipulation, then this is something that potentially will work very well for you. Many of you will know that I am on an Indigenous Strand challenge, which I have committed to do for almost a year, like pretty much 11 months, right? Until March 2027. And one of the key things as part of that challenge is I did say that I wanted to retain these partings, not be parting my hair every single wash day. But I do feel like I want to start experiment a little bit more with wearing twist outs. And so using this method of retaining these permanent parts is going to help me massively to still be able to do that, still be able to wear my hair in twists and potentially wear twist outs whilst not changing my partings and manipulating my hair too much. So I'm kind of looking forward to that, I'm not gonna lie. And even as you see me right now, so with this hair right now, you can see like I have big plaits. Okay, so this is one big plait, right? But it is three different sections. So three twisted sections. If my hair was twisted, it will be here, here, and here. Okay, so that's one way that I am still retaining partings. I've gone from twists to braids, and I've still been able to retain these permanent parts. Now, if you're concerned about traction alopecia, listen to what Naturally High has to say about this.
Now, here's just a quick note about traction alopecia. People have asked me whether I'm concerned about traction just from retaining the same sections all the time. And in my case, I'm not concerned just because I style my hair very loosely. Just to be on the safe side, make sure that you are not pulling tightly at your hair. You can see I'm not, like, this is very loose. It's all quite loose. So because it's loose, I'm really not concerned about any traction with my hair.
So her solution is, even if you are retaining these parts, just make sure that when you put in your twists or your plaits or whatever, that they are quite loose still at the root. And that's the way that you prevent yourself from getting any traction alopecia. Right, if you're thinking of implementing this, then maybe just try it for like 2 wash cycles. You don't have to go crazy and commit to doing this for a whole year. You could just try it for maybe 2 wash cycles, or let's say between 1 to 2 months. You want to notice how long your wash day takes. Is it quicker? Is it easier? Notice whether you're handling your hair more or less. Hopefully it is less. And also you want to see if you're able to find your parts much more easier, if they begin to kind of get ingrained into your hair's memory. And probably lastly, just decide whether you feel like it works for your hair. If it works for you, then you just implement this into your routine. And if you don't have a routine just yet, and maybe you don't quite know how to take care of your hair, how to grow it, then click the link in the pinned comment, and that will help you to be able to develop your routine. Okay, so recapping all of this: Naturally High, Classically Kept, Indigenous Strands, and Patrice Marjorie all use retained permanent partings. And this is a key method to reducing manipulation and also reducing breakage. You can do it mainly by keeping your hair in the same sections during washing, moisturizing, and the styling process, and really never separating those sections whilst transitioning into other styles. As I said, I'm doing this already, but now that I've seen this and looked into it a little bit more and seen just how many people are doing it, there are more people than what I've mentioned as well. I just feel like I understand it a lot more, and I'm genuinely quite excited to see how this maybe changes my hair. Now, if you want to know another key tip that long hair naturals do, click on the video that's on the screen now, because if you pair permanent parts with this tip that So Doll and so many other long hair naturals do, I'm telling you, oh my gosh, your hair is going to be down your back. So I'll see you in that video.